Come on. All right, let's see if we can make it to the river today. It's not as hot as it was last time we walked. How you like that? Every time I want to record, the phone rings. Hey, what up, papi? Just checking on you, babe. How you made out today? Good, bro. Is it hard as you thought it was gonna be? Is it as hard as you thought it would be? Yeah, that'll take a little getting used to. Yeah. 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 You oh shucks. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You wanna do a podcast episode right now on speakerphone? You got time? All right, I'll put you on the podcast, and if you want, how you doing? What? Let me get past these dogs. So I'm gonna put you on speakerphone, all right? Hey, papi.
What's up?
Hey, y'all. So I want to welcome y'all to a special improv episode of PAWSANDPLAYNOLA podcast across the river. We do have a special guest, and we're gonna call him Big Poppa. And maybe Big Poppa could tell you a little bit about something you might be interested in. A lot of us order packages from all over the world, and Pop has insider knowledge on how the world of packages work. But before we interview him about that and let him fill in the gaps for some of us, maybe he could tell you a little bit about himself. Just the high points, Pop.
Well, I have a background, in FedEx, different packages for FedEx, and managing drivers. I've been around FedEx since I was pretty much 16, 36. So I got like a big 20 years of knowledge and experience in FedEx, and delivering and everything, and managing drivers and truck driving and stuff like that.
All right. So if you had to explain the package world, could you explain, once the package comes to y'all, what do y'all actually do?
Well, by the time it comes to the drivers, the package is already being processed from the package handler. Because I was a package handler one time, so we, as a package handler, you scan the packages in from whatever person ordered. I think most of the stuff comes from Tennessee. And I think some of them may come from Mississippi, maybe. I'm not sure. I know for sure there is a hub in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Where most of the packages come from. So you scan the packages in, and they're sorted to each belt, so it's organized. It's not just random packages being thrown everywhere. You don't know what's going on. They're scanned in, and they go to a selected truck for that selected route or that selected area that's mapped out already. And then as a driver, the packages that come in, the trucks are sectioned off from sections from 1 to 8, and each package has a certain section that it's going to be in, and your route or the area that you're going to deliver in is optimized to how you're going to run your route. So it's not confusion. It's not just a truck full of packages and you don't know where you're going or you don't know where they're going. It's everything is sectioned off and everything is organized in the best possible way that you can deliver on your route. And
so basically, y'all get the packages from the hub, and once y'all get the packages from the hub, they're basically given to the trucks that will bring it to the different neighborhoods.
Yes, technically they're put on the trucks. Most of them will put on the trucks that they go to.
Okay, so the packages come from the hubs, then they're loaded onto the trucks. So then the driver would just go to work, check the truck, go to work, check the truck, and just drive to each route that's already in his area, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, and that is just the, what you call him, handler, you said? The handler? The delivery driver?
Package handlers.
Package handler.
No, the package handler or is the person that scans the packages and put them on your truck. The person that's driving, he's just a driver on delivery. He's a delivery driver.
So that's the guy we see, or the girl we see.
The guy y'all see is the delivery driver.
Okay, so how does the delivery driver keep all of that straight as far as the packages on the truck? Because to us, we're not in the that business, so it just looks like it would be a mess, you know?
Well, every driver has a scanner. And I mean, back in the day, it used to just be paperwork, but now technology, it's a scanner. So your scanner also has every package and every section on your truck also as to where that package is going to be found at in your scanner. Oh,
okay. So your truck is basically a system of shelves, and each shelf is a certain location?
Yes.
Okay. So I know the left top shelf is going to be the Woodmere area. The right top shelf is going to be the Luling area, and the bottom left will be the Westwego area. Okay.
Somewhat, but not necessarily.
Okay.
Because you can have everything. You can have two areas in Luling or 2 areas.
Okay.
In
Okay.
This type of thing.
Okay.
So it pretty much is a numeric order. So
okay.
It's a 1,000. It's a 1,000 section, 2,000 section, 3,000 section, 4,000, all the way to 8,000 section. And then there's the floor. The floor also is a section on the truck. So sometimes you may have a package so in other words, there's a 1,000 and that's also a 1,500.
Yeah.
1,500 is also the same, but it's also separated also because you may have just a few packages in Woodmere in the 1,000 section, and then you may have 2 or 3 more other packages that's also in the same area, but it's in the 1,500s, or it could be in the 2,000s. Like the area can be spread, all out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is the most challenging thing from the delivery guy's standpoint?
The most challenging thing from delivery could be a package handler messing your truck up.
Oh yeah, that package handler get back, huh?
That could be number one. If
Yeah.
the package is being, loaded in the wrong section.
Right.
You're looking for a package in the 1,000, and come to find out,
Right.
it's in the 8,000 section, and you're finished for the day. You're pretty much finished, and now you find a package that you've been looking for.
Oh yeah.
It's in the 1,000.
And you just throw that one out the window, right? Or you bless somebody with it? Hey, I got 2 for you. Yeah, that was an inappropriate joke. That was an inappropriate joke.
Yeah, I wish, but it ain't like that. Now you gotta go deliver that package.
Yeah. So you'd have to retract and go back around. Okay.
But that could be one of the most challenging things. The package handler loaded in the wrong spot. Number 2, the second most challenging thing could be the size.
The size of the package. Okay.
The size or the weight of the package. That could be a challenging.
Yeah.
For people on days too, especially if you live in an apartment complex.
Oh, okay.
And they go to the 3rd floor.
The dreaded apartment complex. Yeah. 3rd floor. Nosebleeds.
Yeah. And, in that case, most people not get that package on the 3rd floor. And the reason why It has nothing to do with the customer. It's something that FedEx allow people to order, and there's only one person on the truck. If you order heavy packages that's 150 plus pounds, and it has two people, see his team live on it, and it's a one-man job, then at the risk, at the safety and at the risk of a driver, I don't promote it, or I don't advise the driver to try to bring that package up those stairs.
Yeah.
Without help.
Okay.
Because it's just dangerous. Because if you fall back on somebody, then
Yeah.
It's a safety risk. So
Yeah. So you're basically saying that there's a hazard also for the driver if the package is too heavy, because he's walking up steps and he can very easily lose his footing, and then he just falls back and the package just crushes him.
Even that, let's say somebody's like right below him, trying to walk up like a regular citizen, just coming up the stairs also, and he dropped the package on that person. So it's a lot of safety risk, because what they try to tell you in the office is to use a hand truck.
Oh, to use the hand truck, yeah.
This is what's idiotic thing to do, to use a hand truck to run 3 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
With one person, and it's too much of a risk.
Okay. Yeah. So the hand truck can also be dangerous for the delivery driver to use.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, how does the weather play a part in the delivery driver being effective?
The weather plays a part in not in too many ways, because when it's raining outside, you can we have garbage bags that we can put a person package in to avoid it from getting wet.
Yeah.
If it's raining at the time. If it's not raining at the time and it's predicted to rain that day, most drivers probably won't put it in a bag or put it in the garbage bag because it's not raining at the moment.
Yeah.
But
I never knew that.
If it's raining, you can put it in the garbage bag. Or if you have a long driveway, like some people have a football field of a driveway.
Yeah.
Most drivers not. Sometimes it's not safe to drive in those driveways, because you can either do that and you get stuck in the mud or in the grass or whatever. Or you don't know if they have a dog. And most people have dogs and they don't have a beware dog sign.
Yeah.
So you have the opportunity to get beat or chased by a dog.
Okay.
So you can leave it by that gate in a safe area.
Yeah.
And most times, like I say, I'll recommend putting it in a garbage bag, so that way it'll be protected from the weather.
If you have to leave it like that.
Leave it and just make sure it's in a safe location.
Yeah, okay. See, I never knew FedEx had a garbage bag to put packages in. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So, does the heat play a part in Southeast Louisiana for the driver?
Oh, yes, indeed, man.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, man. Oh, man, it's I don't know what outside right
now. So does FedEx provide some type of means of hydration? Do they give y'all an allowance, or do they give y'all a case of water? How does that work?
They give you a pat on the back.
Okay, a pat on the back. That does a lot. Yeah, that does a lot. That does a lot. So let me ask you this then.
And most of the time it's not in person.
Yeah, it's not in person. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, I mean, that could be beneficial in some ways too, because you don't necessarily have to deal with a boss if you're not really into dealing with bosses. So it's basically you're on a truck by yourself. You have a route to deliver to. Do y'all ever have breakdowns on trucks?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man. Wear and tear, man. Tires,
a lot of wear and tear. Tires. Yeah.
I had one time with the transmission went out on the truck.
Okay.
Man, the brakes caught on fire one time.
I heard about the brakes catching on fire.
Yeah, that's a lot of breakdown.
I even heard about the FedEx truck that went through the house in, I think, Terrebonne Parish. Was that Terrebonne Parish? Or was that down in...
So.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't... I think they said the driver was... well, anyway, he was distracted. Let's just say that. Yeah.
Yeah, technically it wasn't a breakdown.
Yeah. That was a Grand Theft Auto FedEx break-in, huh? Or Michael Douglas falling down. Yeah. So, what was some of the So, okay, so that's just the delivery driver's standpoint. If you could tell the people that's looking at this podcast anything about how to treat the delivery driver, what would be your remarks to them?
I tell the same thing I tell the drivers, man. Treat everybody with respect. Be courteous. You know, person delivering your package, like you want your package delivered on time, but I mean, sometimes it can't be delivered on time because a lot of things happen.
Yeah.
So sometimes, you know, a person may be irritated by that, and sometimes, you know, just due to the heat and the frustration of the day and the way those packages, man, you know, the driver's human too. Like they're not machines.
So the driver is a human. That's what you're basically saying.
Yeah, you know, they're not machines, man. But
yeah.
At the same time, the drivers also need to be respectful of the customers and the people also, because sometimes, like I said, you have packages for elderly people, and me personally, for any person that's elderly or injured or disabled, I treat them with extra care. Like I'll put their package inside for them.
Okay.
Because you know that they're not able to do certain things, so it's just those things, like just the common sense things to do things for certain people. But
okay,
you know, man, it's hot outside. It's summertime, man. Leave a cooler of water outside for the drivers, man. Just take care of them.
Right. That's right. So
trust me, they see them snacks. They gonna take care of you, man. Like you leave snacks outside for a driver. You better believe he ain't gonna treat your package straight.
Right. I think sometimes we forget that. Like, you know, we expect humans.
To be honest, man, you don't get paid any different for walking a certain distance to a person also going up their stairs to the third floor. The pay is the same. So if I'm gonna go up 3 flights of stairs and you can't greet me, you can't greet me and be like, I don't get paid no different to be up the stairs anyway.
And so your job requires you to put the package where?
The job requires you want to put the package by the front door.
By the front door. Okay.
You want to put it in front of their front door, or anywhere on their property that's not exposed to
it being
weather, or theft, possibly.
Okay.
Pirates.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can't leave it in their garage. Any place you leave a package, you have to take a picture of where you left it at, and also identify where you left it at. So if I want to leave it in your garage, if your garage is open, I can leave the package inside your garage. Take a picture. I say it's in your garage, and I take a picture of it inside your garage. So you can do that also. So it doesn't always have to be at the front door, but they recommend the front door because that's the main door most people use to go inside their home. Okay. But you don't have to bring the package inside a person's home just because. No. To be honest, man, you're not recommended to go inside nobody's house.
Well, you know, sometimes, you know, it might be the mother of the house, or it may be the kid.
It don't matter. I only say for disabled people. Disabled or elderly people, I will put it inside their door. I ain't going to their bedroom.
Okay.
I ain't going to your living room. I'm going right inside your door. And you call your nephew or your son-in-law or whoever gonna come do the rest of it. I'll just put it outside. I don't want to leave it outside your house.
Copy that.
To help you and help you in one way.
Right.
Another, but now don't never go in anybody else, because the reason why you don't want to go inside anyone's house, if you break something, you're liable for that.
Personally liable, not the company, right?
Yeah. Yes, you're liable for it. Because technically with FedEx drivers, they don't work for FedEx. They work for a contractor.
Right.
So it's a subcontract. So you go to somebody else, you break something, you're liable for it. And especially nowadays, man, you go to somebody's house and they scream and say you touched them. Yeah,
that's a different story.
You got proof of that. So don't go to nobody else. Leave it at the door. Don't go to nobody else.
Right. That's good to know. So do y'all have a certain protocol in place where the homeowner would know some of these rules, or is that something that they just learn through interacting with the driver?
They mostly learn it from interacting with the drivers.
Okay.
FedEx for the most part, customer always right type of people.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
They don't care about the drivers or the drivers.
Yeah.
For the most part, they don't.
Well, they're trying to take care of the consumer more than the worker.
The customer's more important than the driver. And
Okay.
They would say otherwise. They'll be like, no, the driver's more important. They don't really care, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes
They
sense.
do not care.
That makes sense. It's a job. So now I want to know from the standpoint of, so you said you were also in management?
Yes.
So what does the manager, or what did you do as a manager, part of the management team?
Management is pretty much training drivers, like to how like training them to learn the route, how to deliver, how to use the scanners, how to properly place packages, how to not throw packages. Sometimes you got to teach people that.
Yeah, it's heavy. They're gonna drop it. They're not gonna sit it down. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't take a person's package and throw it like a frisbee just because it's an envelope.
Or just because you see that online. Yeah.
Yeah, still can't throw it. As much as you want to throw it, don't throw it.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's just training the basics of that and safety, especially like safety driving. Pay attention to the road. Always, like they teach us to look ahead, not just look at what's immediately in front of us, but look
Like 10 to 12 seconds ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, always look ahead, and that way you can avoid so many pitfalls
Yeah.
and everything. So,
Or you could become a faster driver looking ahead, because you see the coast is clear once you go past this slow poke that's in the hammer lane, right?
I mean,
In theory, theoretically.
I mean, you could,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if the lane is open,
Yeah.
you're eligible to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for the most part, it's pretty much just training them how to be safe.
Yeah, that makes
Safety
sense.
first.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, train them how to be safe, how to do things, and pretty much how to dress appropriately. You don't want to go up to the first house with a t-shirt on, not FedEx shirt.
Okay.
Case happening.
So people do that.
A stranger.
They'll take their FedEx uniform off and deliver packages.
Yeah.
That's very
No
interesting.
matter if it's hot, raining outside, keep your uniform on for, identity purposes.
Yeah.
You go up to somebody else without your uniform on, they think you try
Yeah.
to take that package. Let's say they attack you.
Yeah.
Or they shoot.
Yeah.
They think you're stealing or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Things like that. So yeah, pretty much just training drivers, and also I was setting up the routes. I was making the routes and mapping them out for the drivers. So I did that also, and then just regular safety meetings, and
Yeah.
I make a schedule for the drivers and certain stuff like that. And just pretty much just trying to stay on top of the drivers, but not in an overbearing way.
Yeah. But just in a management way. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want them to be successful. You want them to handle their end of the transaction, and you want the customer to get what they deserve. A package delivered as fast or on time.
Right.
Yeah. So as far as the pay, like if someone applies, how does someone apply for FedEx, and how much are they looking at getting paid in theory? I know each area is different, but
yeah, I mean most people have their hiring process on Indeed, or for the most part you can talk to any driver that you run across, and they can get you their manager number.
Yeah.
Their manager number or their contractor number, and like you can word, like they can see if they're hiring. Oh, they can mean someone else is hiring. For the most part, it's like word of mouth.
Okay.
For FedEx driver, and it's like it's such a revolving door.
Yeah.
That you can talk to anybody. That's why they really have a website that you can go on, because
They're everywhere.
So revolving that you just talk to any driver that you see. Hey man, y'all hiring, and they can let me get your manager number. You can do that.
Yeah.
And they can let you know who hiring. But there's always a hiring process at FedEx. And you need a chauffeur's license, depending on what kind of truck you're gonna drive. You need
a chauffeur's license. Okay.
Which for the most part may cost like $30, I think. And it's like I want to say like maybe a 30-question test that you got to study for.
Okay.
Or something like that. It's not that complicated. It's pretty much a chauffeur license is the same as a regular license.
Yeah.
It's almost the same questions that you answer.
Yeah.
For your regular license that you answer on the chauffeur license.
So I had a Class B, and when I did not keep my Class B, they asked me did I want to just keep the chauffeurs, because if you have a Class B or a Class A CDL license, you already have the chauffeurs.
Yes.
So if you're not driving big trucks with a Class B or a Class A license,
your truck's not that big. It's almost like
but what I'm saying is you're already grandfathered in on the chauffeur's license.
Right.
So if you had a job where you were driving a big truck and you can't do that anymore, but you have you still have your CDL, you would not need a chauffeur's license because you already have it.
Right.
So
that's pretty much it.
I wanted to ask you, so come on this way, dog. I wanted to ask you, let me get out on the sidewalk. So when it comes down to actually doing the job, the person gets hired on, they start training. How long is the training?
The training depends on you. It depends on that driver. Some people pick up very quickly. Some people will take anywhere from 2 weeks to a month to actually get accustomed to everything.
Yeah.
But the training typically it depends on the person.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you two left field questions. What is one of the greatest things that happened to you at FedEx that one of the homeowners did?
Oh man, I think one of the homeowners, man, they tipped me.
Really?
Man, like I think $50 one time or something like that.
Okay.
And I wasn't expecting it, but yeah, that's one of the nicest things someone ever done, and it was nice about it.
Yeah.
Also. But maybe like a tip. And,
okay.
Or just in general, most, or just not even just besides the tip, because the tip can make anybody happy, but just being nice, man. Just like being courteous and just being, nice about just be nice to me in general.
Yeah,
is enough for me.
Yeah. Okay. So what? I wanted to go that way, but we're not gonna go that way today. What would you say was the what's the craziest thing ever happened to a driver without saying their name that you know about?
Craziest thing that happened to a driver.
Like you're on a job and other than the guy that drove through the people's house in a different parish.
Man, I got so many stories. I gotta tell you one the crazy thing that happened to me before.
Okay.
I can tell you some other stories, but the crazy thing that happened to me before was a guy came to the door like butt naked. I was like, man, hey, say bro, put your package up in order for you to receive this package, man.
Oh yeah.
I got everything exposed. I ain't trying to see all that, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He probably.
Some people come to the door that.
Yeah.
No clothes on. Or very little clothes.
Yeah.
And just exposing everything.
Yeah.
And like.
He saw you coming down the driveway, huh? He knew what day you was gonna be at work.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm knocking on the door. That's how you come to the door.
Yeah.
So you got moments like. You got moments like that.
Yeah.
Another crazy. It's crazy, but it's also sad in a sense. Well, it is sad in a sense. One guy, he seen like an elderly guy, like just he seen a person laying in the front yard, an elderly guy, man, and I don't want to say too much, but he was
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, something happened. So that's one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Recently, and it's something sad, but
yeah.
When you're driving, you still like you come in contact with over 200 plus people, so you're bound come in contact with somebody crazy or see something crazy, so
Yeah.
you come in contact with a lot of people.
Yeah.
On the average,
Car
you're gonna
wrecks.
see well over 100 people.
Yeah, car wrecks, deranged folks, irate homeowners. Yeah, so how do y'all handle a homeowner who has a serious problem with the driver?
Oh, well, in that case, man, we make a list and we just refuse to deliver to that person.
Okay.
Right. So if a person has
We're gonna gap
some
right
strange
now.
reason you don't want to put your dog up, you're constantly telling about your dog, I've gotten bitten by a dog, so your dog bite me or constantly have to keep, we can refuse to deliver to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you constantly keep cursing us out or doing this or potentially attacking us or even attacking us.
Yeah.
We can make a put you on the list for, to not deliver.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So if you could so roughly what are the two ways that you get paid working for FedEx? All right, what's up, brother?
You get paid once a week.
No, I mean like is it hourly pay? Is it by the truck? Is it
No,
a flat?
Salary. It's like for the most part it's by you get paid for the day.
Okay.
You get paid by the day, or you get paid for how many packages and stops you have. So you get paid those are the two ways you can get
Okay.
paid.
Okay. So like I remember one time you went, you or your baby bro went to what that was, Mississippi, Alabama to deliver?
Yeah, Alabama.
Yeah. And so that was additional pay on top of your already pay, correct?
Yeah, that was getting paid by the day. It's called contingency.
Contingency, okay.
Yeah, so they're getting paid by the stops on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, you get paid by the stops for that.
Now,
It's a higher pay.
yeah. Now I do know that, and we're not gonna really talk about this in detail because I want to ask you one last question. But I know you're not working for FedEx anymore, although you still have a good relationship with the company and with a lot of the owner operators. But you decided to make a career change. And what are you doing now currently?
Studying insurance, life insurance.
Say that one more time because I had a car pass me by.
I'm studying life insurance. Like going into life insurance and life insurance, purchase insurance, cancer, and heart attack insurance. That's what I'm working on and selling.
Okay. So
technically I am still in the FedEx system.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have a good relationship with the company, although you made a career change. And so you still have a good relationship with a lot of the owner operators that are in our area. So, but you made a career change to sell life insurance, to sell, what else you said?
Life insurance, rental insurance,
life rental,
cancer.
cancer.
Yeah, right. And rental, from what I understand, rental, fire, and burglary, they're all the same.
Okay.
They're under the same umbrella.
Okay.
And and cancer and heart attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you've been doing that for how long now? It's been what, a week?
I've been in the field for this week. I've been studying it and taking my courses for about a month.
Okay.
Month,
So
month and a half.
so to become a life insurance agent, just tell us the process of that, the high points.
High points are you have to take a lot of tests.
Yes.
Take a personal lines.
Yes.
Was the first test I took. I had to go apply for the personal lines, but I had to take a test. So I had to study for the personal lines, and then after the personal lines, you need to go get fingerprinted.
Yep.
And go get drug tested.
Yep. Background check.
Yeah, background check.
Then the federal government does a background check too, correct?
Yes, then the federal government does a background
So
check.
local background check, then federal government background
Yes.
check. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta get your fingerprints.
Uh-huh.
And then after that process, you take they put in another course, another test. Like right now is a course I just finished taking, which I finished the course, but there's still like some extra parts of the course I can take, like to keep studying for like the big test.
Okay.
Which is, so before I move on, the personalized test is 110 questions. So there's 110 question test you gotta take for the personalized, and then for the big test to get your full license for life insurance and everything else is 150 questions.
Oh wow, okay. The big kahuna.
Right. Yes. So I just finished taking a course to get myself ready to take that test. So I finished that. It was 152 questions that I had to take at the end of my course. And throughout that course, man, like, I mean, it was, I want to say it's like 19 chapters. And it's from everywhere, at the end of every chapter, there's an exam. And
Okay.
it's 19 chapters almost. So some of the exams are 10 questions, and some of them are 17, and some are 22. So it's a lot of exams, man. It's a lot of question taking. So it's a lot. A lot of reading, a lot of studying. So I'm finishing that process now. I got a few more prep exams I can take, and a exam simulator I have coming up.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm gonna take the big test.
The big kahuna.
Get that out the way.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best, man, in your endeavors in this new career of life insurance. So my brother-in-law, which you know him, he did a podcast episode where he talked about the insurance. And one of the things that I really appreciate is everybody will not buy life insurance, but everybody will need it. And one of the things about it is your loved ones, they have to go on without you and settle up your final expenses. And so it's only a thing of appreciation for them to not leave them a headache like people selfishly do. So if you're looking at wanting to get some life insurance or even a quote, you can write in the state of Louisiana only, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. So Pop can write in the state of Louisiana. Now, if you just want to get questions answered, you can reach out to him as well. But just leave me a message in the comment section, and I'll get you Pop's contact information, and he could set up a consultation.
On top of that, I recommend people get life insurance while you're young.
Okay.
Because the younger you are, the cheaper it is for you, and the price doesn't change.
So get locked in,
It's
young.
best to get it while you're young, because when you get a certain age and you try to get life insurance, one, the price is going to be higher. Two, you may have more conditions and more ailments, so that's going to bring the price up.
Yeah.
And three, some people just may not, may deny you.
Yeah.
So get it while you're young. I'm young and I didn't understand the seriousness of it, but after losing so many family members and losing so many friends, and that stuff is expensive, man. Like,
Yeah.
Most people still want to buy a coffin. Some people don't want to cremate their family members, so they want to still buy a coffin. That's expensive.
Yeah.
They still want to have the regular funeral.
Yeah.
You gotta pay for all of it. That stuff is very
One
costly,
of our
man.
friends' brother died, and he had a New Orleans funeral, second line. They had him in the glass carriage with the white horse pulling him. Oh, it was a soiree, but they had life insurance, so they could afford that.
Mm-hmm.
They could afford that. They sent him off with a bang, man. They sent him off with a bang. He went out in full regalia,
Hey, listen, I told my family, man, I got life insurance, man, but see that money, man, you bury me in the backyard.
Yeah, if only it was that easy,
Yeah.
Yeah, if only it was that
Some of
easy.
money, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's very serious to get those things. And also another thing,
it's very serious to get the especially if you have family history of heart attacks or cancer.
Yeah.
Very good to get those things now. And they're cheap. They're not expensive, but they're cheap. And get them now. Because if you have a family history, man, get that now, man. Because those things occur.
Yeah,
They
you'll
can
be
write you a
covered.
check right away.
Yeah, you'll be covered.
Like you get cancer, you get diagnosed with cancer, and you got this policy. They write you a check right away. Send them the doctor's note and the doctor's information. You get a heart attack, they write you a check right away.
Yeah.
Like get those things while you're young, and before you get any. Like don't wait to get insurance when you get sick. It's too late now.
It's too late, right?
Like
too late.
The price gonna be through the roof, man. You gonna have more headaches than you thought.
Right.
But yeah, get it while you're young. You know why you don't have nothing going on. And trust me, you don't have to get the most expensive insurance. They can work with. They can find different prices for you with.
Yeah.
If you got a certain job, you can't afford certain things. They can bring a price down to a certain amount, but it's better to have something than to have nothing.
Yeah, I'll tell you the same story that I told with my brother-in-law. We have another friend, and his brother-in-law died. He had a policy that he forgot about. Actually, his family forgot he had it, and he went to work one day, like he would always do, and he never came home. His wife reached out to the job, like, where is he? Well, they didn't know, but he was at a building. He was at a building dead. And he was offloading some equipment, and it crushed him to death, you know? So come to find out, he had a policy that the family forgot about that he had years earlier. But you know what? The policy came in handy. In handy. He left his family with over $250,000, you know? And so the reason I say that is you may not realize it. Let's see if we got a good driver right there. Nah, he's not. He's scared. Scared he gonna get wrote up for blowing the horn. But anyway, but the guy, he actually met his end. But his family had enough to not scramble, you know?
Yeah.
They had enough to not scramble. All because he made a good decision to get a policy that he never thought he'd need. So it does pay to be a discerning person. It does pay to think ahead and to prepare for the unknown that will happen.
Yes, very much.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it. It's like none of us know what tomorrow is going to bring, but it's not a waste if you have it. You know, it could be a whole lot more stressful trying to, you know, and typically in my culture of people, you know, we're going to throw a supper, we're going to fry a catfish, we're going to fry chicken and try to sell plates so we could bury somebody. You know, when if they get enough just to put them in the ground or just to cremate them, you're talking about pennies on the dollar, you know? You waste that on a coffee at the gourmet coffee place every morning, you know? So it's very affordable if you budget for it, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So I like to ask everybody, I like to ask everybody this question, Pop. You said you were 36. What is something you would tell every 18-year-old now that you're 36?
Now I'm 36, I tell put your best foot forward. Learn from everybody. Don't be the type of person that don't want to be the I don't know person or I don't care. Like, learn from everybody, man. Talk to your elderly people, talk to the older people, talk to people that's somewhat doing good for themselves, learn from them, and talk to people that's doing bad and learn from them. Talk to everybody and just pick up on something. Learn from everybody. Just put your best foot forward and always do your best. Whatever job you have, I don't care what kind of job it is. Some jobs suck. Some of the people suck at the job too.
Yeah.
But make sure you're not that person. You always do your best. Always make sure that your name, make sure that something good always follow your name, no matter where you go at.
Right.
Make a name for yourself. Make sure your name is always on with next to something good.
Right.
Something always good is attached to your name.
Duly noted. I think that's great advice, you know. So we want to thank you, Pop, for doing this little interview today and helping us to make this podcast episode a reality. I think this podcast number 7, maybe? It's either 7 or 8. But we appreciate you joining, and we thanks for your experience and your advice, and also explaining how the world of packages work, and even the world of life insurance. So we gonna see you on hopefully another episode. We could ride the bike together, walk, maybe fish together, or do something fun and have another chat about another facet of your experience in life. So we appreciate you joining, and we thank you very much.
No problem, man.
Yeah, for sure, bro.